Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. I will just take the KT session first in next 5 minutes. Students requested yesterday, and then we'll
Yes.
start with the session.
Yeah. Okay, Amber. No
Yeah,
issues.
sure. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, good evening, and welcome back on day three. So, as I mentioned yesterday, we'll have a quick LMS KT in first 5-10 minutes. But again, you guys are late, so it's around 7:04. Okay. Okay. So now, just 1 minute. I will share my screen. Okay, perfect. So, guys, if you're able to hear me clearly, if my voice is loud and clear, can I have a confirmation in the chat box? Okay, great. Super. So let me share my screen and we'll go through the LMS things once again. On a day one, I already explained that, but a couple of you were late on that day, or you missed on that part, or you are facing difficulties. So we'll go through it once again. Okay. Vijay, you can check with your network. Maybe there are some glitches from your end because my voice is clear as per my understanding and confirmation to the participants. Okay. So, guys, so now you only answer me what is the LMS and what is the uses of the LMS? Somebody over the YouTube is typing a Zoom ID, Zoom ID. So, humble request, please wait. After this class, you will get to know that. Guys, I'm not getting any answers. Why? What is the full form of the LMS and what is the use of LMS? Okay, great. So I have an answer. So LMS is known as a learning management system, and it's XLR online portal to provide you the all e-learning material at one place. So in a simple example, guys, we used to visit the store, a DMart store. So where at that place we'll get everything, right? We'll get the groceries, we'll get our daily required things. Nowadays we are getting the clothes as well, right? So why we are going there, we'll get the one-stop solution for all daily required necessary things, right? Likewise, to get the all e-learning content of this program or future program from the team of XLR, we have one portal, that is the LMS portal learning management system, and through that we are providing you the details, or you will get all these details. So now we know what is the use of this. Now we'll get to know that how to use that or how to access that, right? So whenever you registered, so at that time automatically, okay. So at that time automatically you receive an one email LMS portal account details by XLR. Okay. And if you're not able to find this email into the inbox, make sure that you're checking into the spam folder or junk box. If not, if you're not receiving mail at all, if you by mistakenly unsubscribe that, then I will give you the second step as well. For that, no need to worry. Okay. But by using this mail, we have to do a sign in. So you can check here, we have portal link, email address, and password. And see, this is very simple. Okay. So I have to click on this link. Portal link is nothing but a URL. Okay. So again, like daily we'll use the Amazon.com to order something, right? Or LinkedIn.in to build our strong network connections. Then what else will use on a daily basis, guys? YouTube, right? So if you search for the YouTube on the Chrome, you will get as a youtube.com, right? Then you will get. So likewise, the XLR LMS portal URL is mylearning.xlr.com. Okay. And by using this URL, I have to do a sign in. So whenever I am going to do sign in, I have my email address that is nothing but a username and the password which is generated by the system. Now let me reshare my screen and we'll follow the steps by using the credentials how we are able to sign in. Okay. So now let me log out first. So I hope you guys will follow me. Okay. So completely new one tab I am opening onto the Chrome. I am searching mylearning.xlr.com. Okay. So now I will get the home page, a web page of the LMS portal, and from here I have to do a sign in. So you can check here existing user login. Yes, I'm an existing user. I want to do a login. Yes, then I have to provide my email address and the password. Okay, so whenever you are providing the email address and password, it is already provided to you by the system itself once after completion of your successful registration. Still, you registered 2 3 times, but again, if you are facing the issue, then I will suggest you to forget your password once. You will get a confirmation email and do a sign in. So for now, I provided my credentials and I'm clicking onto the sign in. Okay. So once I click onto the sign in, it will take me to the dashboard. So check here. You are able to see the back to home page, community, leaderboard, dashboard, purchase history, and profile as right. So as I said that the password is lengthy, whatever you receive from the system, right? So let's update that password. So let's click onto the profile, go into the setting, and here you can update all your details, your full name, the username, the country code. You can update your profile photo. It's up to you, and then you can update the password from here. So there's some combination of characters, strong numbers, or symbol. It's up to you. Okay. Once these both passwords are going to match, the update password button will be enabled and done. Then you can use that password from the next time login. Then back to home page, that is a web page. Then community, I think this will be not available for you, so this will be very soon available for you as well to communicate few things with the team of XLR. Then leaderboard, as I mentioned that on the leaderboard you will get some student names, some student details. These are our some of the toppers of this month, week, or today, those who are submitting the test. Okay, so like lead code and hacker rank. Then below that we have a dashboard. So this is the important tab for us guys. And why this is important? So first of all, we are able to join the session from here. Okay, so you can check me here. Live session for today, SDP on foundation programming using C. Today is the day 3. I'm clicking on that. Once I click on that, I will get the both the links. I can join the session using Zoom. If Zoom capacity reach to the 1000, or if you're going to face any difficulties with the Zoom, yes, no need to worry. In that scenario, you can join the session on YouTube Live. And our team will take care of all your chats, the links, the attendance link, everything will be shared into the chat box. So Zoom link, YouTube link is available here. Now let me go back to the dashboard and I want to access the remaining things, the recordings of the session or material. So how to search for that? So on my dashboard, you are able to see the 78 enrolled courses, but for you, you are able to see a 1 enrolled course or 2 enrolled course, right? And let's focus on particular SDP on programming using C. I'm clicking on that classroom. Once I click on that classroom, first of all, I will find the agenda. See, you will find the agenda, you will find the attendance and feedback link, live session, session recording, and material. Okay, so check here agenda. You can go through that. Once you click onto the agenda, you will get the detailed information actually of what is the plan and what we are going to learn in the next 15 days. Or we're done with the 2 days. Today is the day 3. On remaining 13 days. Okay, then you will find the attendance and feedback link. You can click here. You will get one link and you can submit your attendance and feedback from here. While just submitting the attendance and feedback, make sure that 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate of participation. I am seeing the couple of you while submitting the feedback, you are not reading as well actually what question we asked. So we asked for give a rating about the session. So you will mention 1 star and in comment you will mention that extremely wonderful session. I'm so happy. I'm waiting for the tomorrow session. But man, woman, why 1 star, right? So you can read properly. So it will hardly take 30 seconds. Okay. And third thing, this link will be active in between 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. And on top of it, this link will be shared onto the Zoom and YouTube as well for your help. We don't want that much disturbance into the session that you will go onto the portal, you will search for the link. So you will get the link quickly in 30-40 seconds, submit that and get back to in the session again focusedly. Okay. Now below that, you will find the live sessions I already explained. Then session recording, day-wise recordings are already available here. Check day 1, day 2, day 3, right? Then reading material, day 1 material, check. If the practice files, yes, you can directly download the practice files. Okay. If PDFs, you can refer from here. You can check here day 1 and day 2. All the files are available here. Okay. So that's all about the LMS. From here itself, you have to access all these things. I hope it's clear. Again, now if you are going to have any difficulties, it's my humble request. I will share one email ID. You can just drop an email. Our team will help you out. Thank you so much. And ma'am, over to you. You can start the session.
Thank you, Amar.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, once again. I hope I am audible. So just now, Hemant has posted a question about how to get the recording. So I hope, Hemant, it is clear now, okay, that same has been shown in the LMS, okay, so you can go through the recorded sessions, fine. Okay, coming back to what we have done till yesterday. So yesterday we started with the topic variables, constants, okay, and then what are identifiers, what are operators, right, and what is typecasting, fine. So we have just started with that. You were having some queries, okay, so I had also shared some of the C programs code yesterday, what I have done, okay, so you can also get that in LMS. I actually was just going through that LMS only, so I saw that all the materials which have been shared, okay, you can see in the LMS. So for day 2, okay, there are certain programs, okay, what I have shared, you can download them and you can also, compile and run that programs. You can make some changes in the programs and see what output you are getting, fine. So today also, once I will complete the session, I'm again going to upload more files for yesterday's session. We need to complete and for today's session, okay, that is input and output, fine. And then again today, I'm going to share the day 3 assignment. Okay, again 2 questions on day 3 assignment. Take your own time. Okay, once okay, you are done with that topic. Okay, you have understood, then you can go ahead and do the assignments. Okay, take time. Okay, understand the question. Try to write the code. Since it is very simple code initially for 3 days assignment, you will see that okay, there is nothing involving having the iterative constructs or conditional constructs, so very simple demos, okay, so that has been given. So today we will continue with operators, okay, and the code which I have shared has also got the solution for some of the queries which you have been raised yesterday, okay. So some questions on whether we can write the hash defined statement in the same line, or what is the bitwise operator, okay, so that all today we are going to do, fine, and something more. So I'll go through all the exercises what has been uploaded. I will compile, I'll show you the output, whatever changes I have made. Then we will go to the topic, okay, for yesterday. We'll complete then, and then we will come to the day 3 topic, okay, that is nothing but input and output. Very simple topic, because the main the logic building, okay, of any particular problem, you will be starting from tomorrow, okay. That is the iterative constructs and the conditional constructs. So your logic building, okay, actually we will be starting from tomorrow, okay. So first 3 days you're only understanding about what is program, what is C, how to write the basic programs, how to take the input, how to provide the output, what are the different formatting options, okay, all that. But yes, logic building still we need to start, right? So let us start with the session. So I'm going to share the screen, okay, and just confirm that the screen is visible. Yeah. Anyone, please give the confirmation that the screen is visible. Yeah, okay, fine. So what we have done, we have started with the data types, constants, identifiers, operators, and typecasting. Okay. So just we will go through this topic again. So variable is nothing but it is a memory location used to store the data, okay, which can change, right? So we are giving some name that is nothing but the identifier for the variable, and within that we are going to store the value. Okay, so there are two ways: either you declare the variable and then you initialize that particular variable later on in the another statement, or you can directly declare and initialize the variable in the same statement. Okay, then we have understood what are the data types. So still we are working on the basic or fundamental data types which are available in C. Okay, these are the derived types which are taken from another data type, and these are the user defined data types, okay, which we will be creating. Fine. Then we have understood the different keywords which are used to create or define the variable with the data type, size, examples, okay, and we have also done the few examples based on that. Then we have got the constants, which are the fixed values, okay, and these values you cannot change during the program execution. Okay, so your question was on this hash define and the constant keyword. So what is the difference between these two? This was one of the question. So let us understand the difference. Okay, so if you see, okay, we have got this hash define. Okay, and before that, we have understood what is hash include, which is including the stdio.h, which is a header file for the input and the output. Okay, so similarly, hash define is a pre-processor macro. Understand? There are other different ways, okay, in which we need to understand the macro later on. There is one particular session, okay, completely on this particular macro. Okay, when you are defining the constant, you can also create a function which is taking a parameter. Okay, so as of now, since we are starting, okay, so we are only creating a constant, but it is a preprocessor macro, and constant is a constant variable. Data type is none. We are not defining the data type. We are writing hash define pi and the value. Are we specifying the data type? No. Okay, so there is no data type. Then constant, yes, we are creating the constant along with the data type. Okay, so that is why it is known as a typed variable. Then scope is global. Global means we are writing this outside the main. Okay, you can also write inside the main. But constant, local or global. Usually the scope of the define is global. Checked by compiler. This is not checked by the compiler, and this is checked by the compiler. Memory allocation, no. Constant, yes. Variable. Debugging is harder. This is easier. Can define the expressions or the code. Yes, that is what I said. Later on, we are going to understand that how you will be using this macro for writing the complete expressions itself or writing the code, okay, which can take the parameters. But constant, you cannot have any expressions or you cannot have any code written. Okay, now this is a difference between the hash define and the constant. Okay. Then we have understood the identifiers. Yes, what are valid and what are invalid identifiers. Valid identifiers, okay, you can have underscore, you can have the number but or digit, but it cannot, variable cannot start with a digit. Invalid identifiers, okay, you cannot have a reserved keyword, you cannot have a variable which is starting with a number or a digit. Then yes, we have started with operators. Okay, so few example of the operators I had done and I have uploaded, which you can download. Okay, now out of these all operator, relational and logical operator, we will be doing it. Okay, when we will start tomorrow with the conditional constructs. Okay, then assignment, increment, decrement, bitwise, ternary, comma, all these operators examples are done. I will show you now. Okay, and typecasting also we have done, okay, which is nothing but converting the data type from one type to another. Okay, so till here we have done. Then we will go to the signed and the unsigned type later. Okay, so let me now open this code. See, all codes are there. Now I will explain you certain things, okay, which are nothing but, okay, there were your queries. So I have implemented that in this, okay. So now, first of all, let us come to data types.c. If you have already downloaded from LMS, okay, you can also compile and execute the same, okay, because you don't have to write anything as of now. So if you see here, the question somebody has asked whether we can write true or false instead of having one. Okay, yes, you can write, but then you have to use the bool data type which is available in standard bool.h. Now remember, when it comes to C, okay, so there are different versions of the C, and different versions of the C have been, okay, provided in the C standard, okay, which will have the features and the behavior that particular C version must implement. Okay, so if you go to the documentation, okay, so if you go to the documentation here, you can see since C99, since C99, okay, C11. Now, what are all these? These are the standards. Okay, so C23. ISO IEC 9899-2023. So this standard was okay implemented from C 2023. Then C17, okay, C11, C99. Even underscore bool, okay, was implemented from C99 version, which was from 1999. Okay, so the version of C, okay, what we have installed like 4.9.2, that will be using the C99. Okay, so here if you will see now, let us go to the std bool.h. Okay, now macros for boolean type since C99. So if you click on this std bool.h, okay, so you will see here what you can make use of, and you will see that it is removed in C23. This is removed in C23. Okay, see, deprecated means what you cannot use. Okay, what you cannot use. So here you can make use of the true or false only if you are making use of std bool.h. Then you can make use of true and the false. Okay, but still the output you will be getting is as 0 and 1. So if you want the output as true and false, then you need to make use of ternary operator. That is what I have used in that particular example. Okay, so if you come back to this code, okay, now rest of the code is same. So I have included this header file. Okay, now bool b is equal to true is written. So if 1 is written, that is also true, but you can write true here. Okay, then if I have to print that, I will be writing true, but I'll be using /n. So this is going to give me 1 only. This is not going to give me true. So if you actually want the true or false, okay, then I'm using the ternary operator. Now, what is the ternary operator? Okay, it is like if and else, correct? So there is a flag variable created true. Printf flag is equal to flag value true colon false. Okay, now flag is true. Okay. Flag is true. So I will be getting true. If not, if false, then I will be getting false. Okay, now let us just run this example. It is already compiled, so I will not compile it again. Okay, so I'm just going to give what? Data types. Okay, so you can see the output directly here. See here. So I'm getting flag is true because initially the flag variable is true, and here I'm getting flag is false, so I'm getting false. This was your query yesterday. Okay, so see that this is how you will be doing it. Coming to arithmetic operators. Okay, so what I have done, I have written the code for all these arithmetic operators. See, this is very simple. Okay, but still, okay, since you are starting, okay, so I just needed to write all these things, okay, in one particular function. So I've included in one file. So A value is 10, B is 3, given numbers. Okay, then A plus B, simply we are performing A plus B here. I'm not storing this in any variable. Okay, A minus B. So A minus B value will be, okay, shown because percentage D is written. Then A into B, A divided by B, and A mod B. This is only simple arithmetic operators. Okay, so let us execute that now. Okay, so I will simply type AR. So arithmetic operators I'm getting. Okay, look here. So given numbers, right? And then I'm getting the output of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus. Right? This is a very simple example. Then I have also done for the assignment operators. If you will see here, we have got the assignment operator. Okay, so let us see what is in the assignment operator example. So initial value again, I have taken 10 and 3. Okay, so that we are displaying here. Multiple values you can display, separating them by comma. Okay, now simple assignment, int c is equal to a. So a value is going to be given to c. Okay, so c is equal to a, then goes as c. Okay, so I want to print the value of c. Then c plus equal to b is the addition assignment. This is equivalent to writing c is equal to c plus b. Okay, so we are what? We are doing this only, na? C plus is equal to B. Okay, so value of C I want to print. C is equal to C plus B. Similarly, C equal to C minus B will be written like this. Okay, C is equal to C into B is going to be written like this. Then C divide. Okay, and then C modulus. So arithmetic assignment operators. Okay, simple. Okay, and now again, I will just run this. So this is the assignment operators. Look here. Okay, so we have got the output given here for arithmetic assignment operators. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone. Are you all there? In LMS, you will get, okay, the assignment. And this also. Then we will go for increment and decrement operator. Okay, increment and decrement operator. So yesterday, what we have understood, there is a post increment and there is a pre-increment. Okay. Now, this is also known as a unary operator. See, binary operator is what? Which is working on two operands. So if you are writing A plus B, binary operator. Okay, because it is working on A and B, two operands. But here, this is unary operator because it will work on one operand. Correct? Now let us understand again the example based on this. So here we have taken both the values as 5. Okay, A and B both are 5. Then initial values I want to print. Okay, so initial value is given here. Now coming to pre-increment. Pre, okay, when you are using pre, means you are first writing plus plus and then you are writing A. Okay, then you are writing A. See, first it is going to increment. Okay, so A becomes 6 before use. Before you use the A, okay, in the further some execution, the value of A is going to be 6. That is pre. Post means what? Post means after you are using the B. So when you are writing B plus plus, so B is used first, then incremented. Like if you want to display B, so B will be displayed, but later on it is going to increment. Okay. Now value of B after post increment. Okay. So we want to display this B, right? So now B is now 6. Here it will be 5 only, but later now it will be 6 after the B is used. Now pre-decrement and post-decrement works in the same way. The only difference is it is going to minus 1. Okay. So minus A becomes 5 before use. Now why A become 5 here? Because A has already become 6 in the previous execution. Okay, so 6 value is going to be considered. So now here the value of A is going to be 5. Okay, and later on post decrement B minus minus. So B is used first. Okay, 6 because B here it is 6. So it will be used and later on it will be becoming 5. Okay, That is what is the pre and the post increment and the decrement operator. So if you want to increment before use or after use, okay, then you use the pre and the post increment. So if you will see the output of this, okay, so we have got, increment, decrement name I have given. Okay, look here. So initial value is 5 for both. Now pre-increment. So the value is going to become 6. Post increment B plus plus. Post increment. So first B ka value is given as 5. Increment is not done. It will display the value because that is what is the current statement, okay, which is executed. So B value is given, but after the value is given, then the increment is done. So now B is 6. Then minus minus A. A is 6 here. Okay, so pre means the minus or subtraction happened before you use A. So it is 5. And B minus minus. Okay, what is B? It is 6. So it is post. Post means at the same time, it is not going to decrement. Okay, why? Because first it will execute and then it will decrement. So now it is 5. So this is a simple example demonstrating what is pre and what is post. Okay. You are going to use this, okay, later on in the further programs. Then we have got ternary and comma. So let us understand the ternary operator. Okay. Now ternary operator is another way of writing the if else. Okay. So here if you will see the value of A is 10, B is 20. Okay. And we have created one more variable as result. Right. Now initially I want to print these values. Okay. So we are printing the values of A and B. Then we are using the ternary operator. Now, what is the syntax of ternary operator? So condition, question mark, value if true, else value if false. Okay, so if condition is true, then in this variable, that particular value should be there, else the other value should be there. Okay, because it is false. So result equal to A greater than B. Now, actually, this is a relational operator. Okay. Now, this particular relational operators, greater than, less than, okay, greater than equal to, less than equal to, whatever your relational operators, okay, these are the logical statements which are going to give you either true or false. Okay, this is always going to give you true or false. So if A is greater than B, then A should be having the value which is greater, returns the greater of A and B. If B, then I want to give the B ka value. Okay, so printf ternary operator. Okay, so I want to give the result. So the result will store A. If A is greater, it will store B if B is greater. And I want to take the output in this result variable. Okay, this is first one. Second is comma. Now comma evaluates multiple expressions from left to right, returns the last value. Okay, returns the last value. So result equal to, see here, A equal to A plus 5. And we need to take the result of this in this particular result variable. Okay, so A equal to A plus 5. This is nothing but your arithmetic assignment operator. What we did, okay? B equal to B plus 5, okay? Then A plus B, right? So here we want to print that result. And then values after comma operator, I want to print the value of A and B. Understand? A is 10. So this is nothing but 10 plus 5. B is 20. This is 20 plus 5. And then A plus B we want to do. So what will be the output that we will see? Okay. So this is the ternary comma operator. So let us see the output. Look here. Okay. So if you will see the value here is 40 because A value is 15, 10 plus 5 and this value is 25, 20 plus 5. Okay, so we are getting the value as 40. So if you want to evaluate multiple expressions, then you use comma. Okay. And then we have done with the typecast this yesterday. Okay. What is typecasting? So here we are going to now see, understand, yesterday also I have shown you the output of this. The output differs. Okay. In this case, the num value is 10 and we are dividing this 10 by 3. Okay. We are dividing this 10 by 3. Now, the value of this is going to be stored in the float, but this is going to give integer, correct? Because num is integer. But now here what we are specifying the type as float, okay, before this is given into this particular correct variable. Okay, so I have just changed the name here. This is correct variable. Explicit typecasting. Okay, so without casting and with casting, and double x, this is int y, and what we are doing here, the value of x we want to store as int. So int x, this is explicit cast, double to int. Okay, this is explicit casting. So double value we want to store in int. See, int value can be stored in double implicitly. Compiler will do it. But if you want to store the double value in y, you explicitly typecast that double to int and then you store the value of that into y. Okay, and then we are printing that value. Okay, so little bit change I have done in this particular example also. So let us go for typecasting. Okay, look here. So in without casting, when you are using num divided by 3, since it is integer, it is stored in the float, but you are getting 3.0. But when you are typecasting this output to the float type, then you will get the correct output. Okay, here x is 10.75 because it is a double value. But when you are storing that in the integer value by typecasting, then only 10 will be there. Okay, precision value will not be there. Okay, why? Because now you are converting this double to int and then you are storing in the int variable. Okay, so here you will get only proper int value. That is how the explicit typecast works. Implicit you don't have to do. If you are creating a variable as double, let us say I'm creating xy is equal to, and I'm storing the value of integer, that is fine. Why? Because 10 is integer and that value can be stored in the double variable. So if I'm going to write here num, you don't have to do any typecasting because this is going to be implicitly done by the compiler. Okay, that is what implicit, because the value integer can be stored into the double. Okay, by the compiler, or float value can be stored into double, right? But otherwise, you have to do the typecast. So this is typecast example. Coming to interest cal, this is what yesterday we have done, and there was one question from someone whether we can write the hash define all in one statement. You cannot write that. If you want to write that in one statement, yes, you need to write this hash define that many number of times. So hash define rate, then again space, hash define principal, like that. Okay, but what you can do instead of that, you can make use of constant. So one difference, if you will notice here, is that when you are using hash define, you are not writing the data type. Okay, but when you are using the constant, you are writing the data type. So constant, double, rate and comma principal. So you can write in the same line if you are using constant but not hash define. Okay, so this is the difference. And here, see, I have not made any changes, okay, to the code. This is the same thing. The only thing is I have included here the constant, okay, because you have asked this question yesterday. Okay, so let us go with the interest cal. Okay, so I'm getting the output initial balance. Okay, so I want 2 decimals, so 0.2 is written here, and then the amount I'm getting. Okay, so till here we have done the task yesterday, and till here all these are uploaded. Okay, so you can get that in the LMS. Fine. Is this much clear to everyone till here? Now, is this clear? Soumya, okay. Yes, all clear. Good. Prerna, yeah. So if you have got, okay, the files, you can please execute them. Okay. Constructs and the other advanced feature, okay, you have to use all this in that. Okay. Now coming to the bitwise operators. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've created one PDF that also I'll be sharing. First, let us understand what are bitwise operators. You might have already done that, you know this. Okay. So there is a signed and unsigned type also. Okay, so I'll go through this. So this was also the question asked, right, yesterday? Yes, we have in C the signed and the unsigned types. Okay, so if you see this table, there is a signed char. Okay, so from minus 128 to 127. Now, what is the meaning of signed? That can store negative and positive value. Okay, then we have got char unsigned, which can store from 0 to 255. Now, unsigned means which can store only positive values. Then we have got int signed. Okay, the range is given. This is for 4 bytes. Okay, default integer type can be negative. Int a is equal to minus 1000. Similarly, you have got unsigned. Then you have got a short. Okay, the range of the short is given here. Smaller integers can be negative. Unsigned, it is 0 to 65,535, only positive value. Long signed, okay, this is the range of the value. Long unsigned, only positive large integers. Okay, so what are these? Signed types can store both negative and positive values. Unsigned types store only 0 and positive values, effectively doubling the positive range. Why? Because only positive values are stored, right? Default char and int are signed unless specified otherwise. So default value of char and int. Okay, so it is mentioned over here. Default integer type can be negative. Okay, so there is one example on that. Okay, this is not shared. This I will be sharing. So this is the signed example. Okay, now look here. You want to know what are the limits of the data type. Okay, so for that, the limits.h header file is included. Understand? Always go through the documentation. Okay, in the documentation, you will be getting all these header files. Okay, and what are there in the header files you can see from here. So there is a limits.h. So this will contain the ranges of integer types. Okay, so if you'll go to the limits.h here, you will see, okay, the range. So you will have all this char, bit, okay, see here, char min, char max value, see here. And all this, some of this I'm using in the code. Okay, so if you will come back to this file, okay, now look here. First of all, I'm using for char. Okay, so char is now, if you want to make use of signed char, so signed keyword is written. So there is a signed char. Okay, SC is signed char, minus 100, unsigned char is 200. And I simply want to print this. Okay, so we are printing it. Now, similarly, if you want to go for the short, okay, so short S, this is unsigned short. Okay, so this is 50,000, that value we are giving. See that, okay, it should be in the range, fine. Then we have got the int, okay, again, the minus value is given here, and unsigned, okay, we are giving this value. So for signed, even if you're not writing, it is okay. Then there is a long. Yes. Now one more thing. Why? Okay, at the beginning I have told you about the standards of the C. Okay. So if you see here, I have commented this line. Unsigned long UL only in ISO C90. Okay, so if you are going to use this, so let me just uncomment this line and I will uncomment this line also. I want to print that value. Okay, this is long L and we know, okay, if I go back to this slide, here we have written the long, okay, long value is given. Okay, large integers you can store. And this is unsigned long, right? But you will first, I'll compile and first I'll show you the output. Then using the limits. So here I'm including this limits.h header file. Okay. Now in this case, what I'm printing, I'm simply printing this, what is the min value limit of the character and what is the max value of the character. See what I'm doing. I'm simply making use of this min and the max value, not for all, but for specific types. Okay. So I want to display what is the min value of the char and what is the max value for the char. So you will get this. These constants are already defined in limits.h, right? Then unsigned char max, unsigned char underscore max. Okay, so always you will see S is for signed and U for unsigned. Similarly, the max value and the min value for the integer. So int underscore min, int underscore max. Okay, this is signed. And unsigned max value for integer is U int max. Okay, so this is just okay understanding how you will be writing the signed and the unsigned. Okay, so let us now first I'll compile that. Okay, so GCC, the file name is signed, unsigned. Just press tab, you will get the complete file name. Okay, see here. If you will see, that is why I have commented that part. Okay, and I have written because this is what is the warning you are getting. This decimal constant is unsigned only in ISO C90, unsigned long UL. Okay. If I am going to just compile this, I mean run this. See here. I will get it. Okay, but later on it will be deprecated. Okay. So I wanted to show you this warning, right? So you are getting a warning. This is not an error. This is a warning. But that is why I have commented this part over here. Okay. Fine. So there is some queries. Let me just check. Anyone? Okay. Fine. So this is signed, unsigned. Now let us finally go to the bitwise operator. Okay. See, okay, bitwise operator. Bitwise operators perform operations bit by bit on integer operands like int, char, short, long. Okay, now we know what are bits. So we are talking about zeros and ones. Okay, each bit in the operand is compared or manipulated according to the operator used. Now this is where, okay, your low level access, okay, will be coming into picture. So the working or directly operating on the bits is more faster, right? Bitwise operators are used to manipulate data at the binary level, the lowest level of data representation in a computer. So you are already aware of this, okay, that it is represented in zeros and ones, right? That is a bit. Okay, so what is 8-bit representation of a number? What is 16-bit? What is 32-bit? Okay, like that. All data in a computer, numbers, characters, or colors are stored as binary values, zeros and ones. Bitwise operations work directly with these bits instead of higher level arithmetic operations. Bitwise operators are fundamental for performance critical and low level programming. Okay, the query which you have asked in the very first session, what is this low level? So it is working directly, okay, on this particular bits. Yes, memory, we will understand the pointers later on. They provide precise control, speed, and memory efficiency unmatched by high level operations. Okay.
Like we welcome Baba with joy. Welcome only trusted files and emails. Avoid unknown downloads.
So what are the bitwise operators application? See, we will see the examples of these particular applications later. Okay, as I said, once we will be going through the uh, your your iterative constraints, okay, constructs and the conditional constructs, right? So embedded system, it controls the hardware bits, okay, turns the sensors on and off. Encryption, XOR encryption, bitwise XOR, we will understand, okay, how this bit, what is and what is or bitwise operator. Graphics, color manipulation, okay, combine or extract the RGB values, red, green, blue values. Flag checking, performance optimization. Okay, so instead of now using multiplication or division, yesterday somebody has also written about this, we can use the left shift and the right shift operators. Yes, that is correct. Okay, then network and communication protocol. So in IP addresses, port numbers and protocol flags use bit manipulation. Okay, so in all these, the bitwise operators are used. Now, if I come back to this particular slide, okay, so these are the bitwise operators. Okay, now let us understand this all one by one. And there is one file, bitwise operators. Okay, this also I will be sharing later on. Let me first complete this. So this is the bitwise operator, just the simple, example, understanding initial level, okay, how it is working. So when we talk about bitwise and operator, see there are two ampersand. That is when we are going to check the values, okay, and condition. Now this one and works on the bit. So each bit is compared. Result is 1 only if both bits are 1. So in the bitwise and, okay, if both the bits are 1, result is going to be 1. So here, if both the bits are 1, the result is 1, else the result is 0. This you know. Both the conditions are true, then the entire condition is true, like that. So where it is used? It is used in extracting specific bits from a number or checking if a particular bit is set or not, whether it is 0 or 1, like on and off. Okay, so these are the use cases. Then bitwise OR, this works as logical OR. Okay, either of the condition is true, either one of the condition is true. So result bit is 1 if either bit is 1. So here in this case 0 and 1, this is 1, 1 and 0, 1, 1 and 1 is 1. Okay, why? Because either 1 or both, then it is going to be 1. It is used in setting the bits, turning specific bits on, combining flags. Then we have got bitwise XOR. Okay, now XOR, result bit is 1 if bits differ. Okay, 0 and 1, 1 and 0. This is also 1 because it differs. This is same, so it is going to be 0. Okay, so swapping values without using a temporary variable. This is a very good example. You want to swap the variable without using a third variable. Swapping example is a good example, okay, for bitwise XOR. And then in the encryption, okay, in case you want to encrypt the data, then this particular operator can be used. Bitwise not, it is going to negate. It is going to flip the every bit. So 1 is going to be 0, 0 is going to be 1. Okay, inverting the bit patterns, fast negation operations, negation not. Left shift, okay, moves bits to the left and fill zeros on the right. Each left shift by 1 multiplies the number by 2. Now this is what okay can be done. Fast multiplication by powers of 2, okay, and bit encoding. So if you will see here, okay, this is the most significant bit and this is the least significant bit. Okay. Now this is the representation of a number in bit. Now if you are going to have the left shift, okay, so this number will be discarded and on the right you will be having the 0. Okay. So this is 1, 0 because you are shifting this left shift. Okay, so this will be discarded and here you will be getting 0. So this is going to be another, okay, number. This is of fast multiplication by powers of 2. And similarly, you have got the right shift, moves bits to the right and fill zeros on the left for unsigned type. Each right shift by 1 divides the number by 2. Now this is the division by powers of 2. So here, if you will see, you are going to have the right shift. Okay, so when you are going to have a right shift, this is going to be discarded and this 0 will be inserted in the place. So here you are going to get the another number. Okay. Now, combining all this, okay, let us see one example, right? So this is the binary representation of these decimal numbers. Okay, so there is the one which is represented in 8-bit as this. Okay, so similarly, everywhere you have to put 0 if you want to do 16-bit or 32-bit like that. Then 2 is represented as 1, 0, 3 is represented as 1, 1, 4 is represented as 1, 0, 0 like this. Okay, this is known. Now, when you apply this to any number, so the example is taken as this 5, okay, and 9, right? So we have got the bitwise AND operator, sets each bit to 1 if both bits are 1, A and B. Okay, so this is 5 and this is 9. Okay, so here you are getting the result which is 1. Only the common one bit remains set. Similarly, you have to apply this, okay, to all the operator and see the output. So the same has been given in this particular example. Okay, now let us understand what is the actual output we will be getting. Fine. So the same, why? Because we also should know the binary representation of the number. Okay, that is why, and you can take any example here. So when this file will be given to you, change and see what will be the output. Okay, so this is 5 and binary representation of 5 is this and binary representation of 9 is this. Yes, there are the different ways you can find out what is the binary that we will be understanding later once we will start with the different type of the functions. Okay, so here first we are printing this particular values. Now coming to the first one, bitwise AND operator. Okay, so we have got A and B, so you simply write A and B. Okay, so 0 1 0 1 and 1 0 0 1, this is going to give you 0 0 0 and 1. Okay, why? Because this is 1 and this is also 1, right? Rest will be 0 only, so the number is going to be 1. So you need to apply this whatever we had understood in this table. Okay, A or B. Okay, or B. So or means what? Any one should be 1. Then it is going to be 1. Okay, so you are going to get the number 13 after you will apply that. Okay, then A XOR B. So once you apply this, okay, so what is that? If both are different, then it is going to be 1, correct? Both are different, then it is going to be 1. So this is 0 and this is 1 and 0. This is 0 and 0 will be 0 only. So the output is 12. Bitwise not. Always bitwise not is going to have this particular expression. Not x is equal to minus x plus 1. It is going to first invert, okay, and then you have to add the minus sign. So inverts the bit minus a plus 1, that will be minus 6. Then left shift a, left shift 1. Okay. So here a ka value is 5. So when you are going to apply this left shift 1, you are going to get the output as 10. Okay. See, left shift is 10. Okay. And this left shift 2 is going to be 20. Okay. And what is this? This is 9. So you are going to right shift 1. Okay. The output is going to be 4. And this is 2. The output is going to be 2. Right? Multiplies power of 2 and divide. So these are some of the examples. Okay. Let us compile this and see. I need to compile this once. So you simply write bitwise -o bitwise operators. Okay. And then let us run this. Fine. So if you will see the output of this now, you have got the initial values of A and B, which is printed. Then A and B is 1, A or B is 13, 12, negation, left shift by 1, left shift 2, right shift 1 and right shift 2. Okay. Fine. So this was the operators. Okay, but understand, we still need to work on this later on. Okay, we need to understand again how this will be working. Okay, with some examples like embedded system, how it is going to work. Okay, or in the graphics or color manipulation, how it is going to work. Right. So why bitwise operators are used? Performance optimization. Bitwise operations are extremely fast. Why? Because they are working on the bits instead of performing the operations on the high level. Correct? They are performed directly on CPU registers and take only one machine instruction. Memory efficiency can store multiple flags, true and the false value, in a single integer using bits, saving memory. Hardware control, used in embedded systems to control the hardware components like turning the pins on and off, checking the sensor states, etc. Low level programming, operating systems. That's the reason why C is used for developing operating system. Device drivers, okay, which controls the devices, okay, on a system. And networking protocols. What are the protocols that we know? How the protocols are, okay, that also know. Yes, that is a different thing. There are different classes available in that. But yes, these bits are used in protocols because they rely on bit level control, data compression or encrypting the data. Bitwise manipulation helps in compressing data and performing the XOR based encryption and decryption. Okay, so in data transmission, yes, you need to have the encryption and the decryption. That is done using this bitwise operators. Okay. So this was the operators, okay, and a lot of examples, okay, I have given on the different operators which we'll be using further, okay, in the advanced topics. I hope this is clear. This topic is clear to everyone. I'll share the PDF. I will share this as well. Is this clear, everyone? Are you all there? Yeah. Okay. ISO, International Standard Organization. They lay out the specification. Bitwise, yes, we have got 0 and 1 only in bitwise operator. Okay. Because it works on the bit level. So it will be 0 and 1. Okay, it will be 0 and 1. Okay, fine. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. Now coming to the day 3 session, common input output function and formatting options. A very simple topic. Okay. Already we know about what is printf. Okay. But now we will understand how to take the input, right, from the user. So let us go through this input and output and formatting options. Okay. Input and output operations are the fundamental ways a program interacts with the user. Okay, or external devices such as the keyboard, screen, or files. So, what is input and what is output? Input is reading, okay, taking data from the user or a file. Now, file we are going to do later on. See, there is a session on file handling. Okay, how to read from a file, how to write to the file. That is a later part. As of now, we are simply going to take the data from the console, right? So, input operation is getting the data in. Device used is keyboard. Output operations, displaying or writing data from the program to the user or a file. We are displaying the output onto the console using printf statement. Sending data out. Okay, device use is monitor or screen. Fine. Now, all input and output functions in C are defined in stdio.h. In every program, we have used this stdio.h. Till now, whatever programs, okay, are done, we have not taken the input from the user. Okay, but now we have to take the input from the user, right? And that also is available in the stdio.h. So, actually behind the scene, C will perform the input output using streams. Okay, when we talk about stream, it is the bits only which is traveling. Okay, it is the bits only which is traveling, correct? Stream. So standard in is the standard input. Standard out is the standard output. And standard error is the standard error or error messages. Okay. Similarly, this is going to work for files as well, right? These streams allow programs to work with files and devices uniformly. Now, coming to the different functions which are available in the standard io.h. Okay. So what we have used till now, okay, we have only used this printf. Okay, this is output, prints data to the standard output screen. Now we will be using the other also. Okay, scanf, this is input, reads formatted input from the keyboard. Getters reads a string. Fgetters reads a string safely. There is a difference between getters and fgetters. Okay. Now, usually we have to use fgetters. We will see the difference. Okay. Put s, this is output, prints a string followed by a new line. Get char, this is only for getting and printing a single character. That is the reason get char and put char is written. Okay. So these are some of the functions available. Now, first of all, let me, write the program. Okay. So let me close all this. Okay. So I'm going to close all these steps, right? One by one. And I will be uploading this files. Okay, I will be uploading this. So let us create a new file now here. And I'll save this file. Okay, so this is C program. So I'm going to create a new folder, which is day 3. So day wise files I'm uploading. Okay. Let me write the basic IO first. Okay, basic IO writing. So hash include stdio.h. Okay, let us write the main function. Okay, so simply first I'll be taking integer and float. That is what we have done. Okay, so let us take the int. Okay, let us say the age, or if this is a roll number, let us take a roll number and let us take the score. Okay, simple. So first I'll be taking the input from the user. Now I will also show you how you will be taking the input. Okay, in this online compiler is available. This is okay, and another is this one, right? So what I have done, I have just taken this on the other side. Okay, so I'll come back to this later on. So let me first complete the code here. Okay, now let us take the input. So first of all, I will ask the user to enter roll number. Okay, this is a simple printf statement, nothing else. Okay, so what we need to do now, we have to use the scanf. Okay, scanf, you will use the %d and address of roll number. Okay, where you're going to store this. Similarly, I will be asking for the score. So end. Okay, I will ask enter score. And here I will be taking this score in the address of score. That means in that particular memory location. Okay, for this particular variables, whatever we have declared. So this is the input taken for both. Okay, now I need to just display. So what is the output? So let us write the output here. Okay. So let us create a simple statement as the output. Okay, so I will simply write roll number got %d score. Okay, see here. And now 2%d are there in the printf statement. So 2%d means better I should write f, right? Because it is float. Okay, and /n. Even if it is not written, that is okay. So the %d should get the value of roll number. So I will write roll number, and this %2f should be score. Correct? That's it. So this is basic IO. Now let us go. Okay. And now I'll compile this. So this is the basic IO. Okay, let us compile and run this program. Okay. So what I'm getting enter roll number. So the cursor is waiting here to give the input. Okay. So I will enter the roll number, let us say as 101. Then I'm getting enter score. Okay. I'm getting enter score. So here, let us say I'm going to enter the score as 90.5. Okay. So what is the output I'm getting? I'm getting roll number 101 got score. Okay. Now here, I need to use 0. Why I'm getting 0 here? This is a float, right? Oh, I've written this. It should be F. See, percentage D instead of writing percentage F. Okay. So that is okay. So this is the output. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll just show you here how to do it. It is the same thing. Simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this in the vertical position. Okay. And I'm going to copy this code. Okay. And paste it here. And you run this code. Okay. I'll choose the language as C. Fine. And here, let me just write. See, this is what will happen in the compiler, what is used here. Okay. I'll run. See here. So when you are using this GPD online, okay, you need to write the int main and return 0. Otherwise, you will get an error. But when you are using GCC compiler, even if you are not writing int and not writing return 0, you will get the output because it defaults. Okay. So here you need to write. So here you are getting enter roll number. Okay. And I will give some score here. Let us say 85. See here. So roll number 102 got 85 score. This is how, if you want to work on the online compiler, okay, you have got the option of providing the input. Similarly, if you go to the another one, program is, okay, I'll run this. Again, here you need to write int and return 0. In online compiler, you need to do that. Okay, so I'll run this once again. So enter roll number. Okay, let us say some 68. So I'm getting roll number 103 got 68 score. Fine. Those who are using online compiler, you can also use the input like this. Okay, yeah. Fine. So this is a very simple example I have given. Now let us go to the next. Let us go to the character. So what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to comment this part. Understand? I'm going to comment this part. And here only I will be writing the character input. Okay. Or if you want, I can create another file that will be better. Okay. So this I'm going to save as char io.c. Okay. This is character io.c. So let me just delete all this. And simply here, I'm going to use char ch. Okay, then I'm going to use the printf, enter a character. Okay, ch is equal to get char. Okay, enter a character, ch is equal to get char. And I simply now want to give the output. So you entered, okay, put char. Okay, so you have got this put char and what? Ch, that is a variable. Okay, similarly, later on I will be writing for string also. Okay, so this is character IO. Okay, let us first work on this. So this is char IO.c. Okay, so GCC char IO.c -o char IO. Okay, so it's quite simple. Enter a character. So I'm getting you entered A. What happens if I'm going to give more than one character? So let us say if I'm going to give ABC, I'm going to get only A because this is going to accept only one character. Get char and put char. Okay. Now, see, we have got the different functions to work on that, but here itself, I'll be writing the string IO. And this is commented. I will comment this. This is the multi-line comment. This will not compile. Okay, now when we want to accept a string from a user, okay, not one character, a string, then we have to make use of the array. But the data type is char only in C, okay? So we are going to accept the name. So you have to write something like this. Okay, now understand this. If you are using a char, some variable, this char is going to take only one character. But I want now to take a name from a user, okay, which is having multiple characters, correct? So if multiple characters are there, means I will be using this particular size determining the number of characters. Okay, so initially I'm writing this char name 10. We have to learn about the string again because there is complete one session on string. Okay, so this is very basic. So enter name. Okay, I'm giving printf of enter name. So I need to just close this here. I will show you all the three ways of taking the input now for string. Okay, we have got scanf, we have got gets, we have got fgets. Okay, now these are the three different functions. Let us understand all these three, but I will only be working on one at a time. Okay, but you should know the difference. So first I'm using scanf, %s, name. Okay. Then we have got gets, simply pass the name. Then we have got fgets. It is going to take name, then size of name, and the standard input. Okay, these are the three ways. Let me comment the first two. Let us give the output. Okay. So I'm simply going to use the printf. Hello. Let us say the separation is comma. Okay, I just want to give a print. Now let us see the output. So here, let me increase this maybe to 20. Okay. So let us run this now. The same file it is. See here. So I'm getting enter name, right? Now, first of all, I'm using the scanf. Okay, I'm using the scanf. So let us take the name. Okay, so I'm just going to write user one. Okay, I'm giving some particular space here, right? Now I'm getting the output as hello user one. I'm getting hello user one. Please understand. If I'm going to give my name, okay, I'm going to get only till before the space. So when you are using scanf, okay, this is not going to read the entire, you can say the input, okay. So it is going to read name without spaces, correct? Now let us go for getters. So let us use the getters now. You have to understand the difference between these two. So I'm going to give my name again. Okay. So I'm getting here again the same thing. Actually, getters is not to be used. It will be deprecated. I'll show you the reason why. This is not safe. Okay. Now the best optimized way is to use the fgetters, because here you are using the name, you are also using size of name. See, in this case, what will happen if you are giving more characters, more than 20 characters, okay, the overflow can happen. But in this case, it will take the size of whatever name you are going to give and then standard in, that is the standard input. This is safe to use, okay. So this is safe input for string. Always use this, okay. Now let us do it once again. Just wait a minute. I need to go through this also, because this should give me the name. I have to compile this. Let me check once again. Okay. It will give you the output, but don't use that. I have not compiled it. Okay. So I'm getting the complete name. That is fine. As of now, I'll be getting it. Okay. But we will still see the difference. Now I'll be using this. Okay, because I have not compiled, so I was not getting the output. So let us say, again, I'm going to give my name. Okay, so I'm getting the complete name here. Okay. And one more is there. Let me also use that. Okay, so I will use the put as example. Also, I will show you that. So I'm just having a message. Okay, so let us say, welcome to C programming. And I'm using the put as. This is the message. Okay. So this is going to print the string and add new line automatically. Right? Now let us see. Okay, so I'm just going to give name. So what I'm getting, welcome to C programming. And it will add a new line. Okay. Now, these are some of the functions. Again, we are going to work with the strings later on, okay? And also reading and writing to the files. So let us understand the difference now. Okay, scanf, getters, and fgetters. Understand, this is very important for you to know. Okay, now, first of all, your all three functions are available in the standard io.h file. Okay, there is no different header files. Now coming to the basic use, reads input using format specifier. Okay, now when you are using scan f, you will use %d if you are using, if you want to input an integer, percentage f, sorry, s if you are going to make use of string input, like f if you are using the float input, like that. Reads a line of text from keyboard, reads a line of text safely, can specify the buffer size. Why? Because even if you are giving the more length, okay, to this name, okay, so it will be accepting that. So the size of is nothing but this is again one of the operator which is going to take the size of that particular variable. Okay. Syntax is scanf, %s, this is getS, and this is fgetS, where you will provide the string, the size, and the standard input. Stops reading at first white space, tab, or new line. And this is what we have actually seen. Okay, so scanf is going to not read after the white space. GetS when enter key is pressed. Okay, otherwise you will get the output. But when enter key is pressed, then no input. When enter key is pressed or buffer limit size -1 is reached. See, the last one is /0 in the string. Okay, so once we are going to start with arrays, you will understand that. Okay, that is a null terminator. So when the size -1 is reached, then it will stop. Read spaces, no, yes, and yes. Space is read in only getS and fgetS. Adds new line, no. This is going to store or it is going to add a new line. Requires buffer size, scanf and getS is not, but yes, fgetS needs the buffer size. Okay. Buffer overflow safe, no, no. This is not safe. And this is going to be deprecated. Okay. Can read from files? Yes. With file pointer? No. Yes. Any stream, example file or std in. std in is your standard input, any input. Okay. So this is not going to read from the file, but the scanf and fgetS will read from the file as well. Availability, standard, standard and safe. This is the most, the safest way to take the input. Okay. That is a string input. Fine. So this is one example, okay, for taking the input. Now coming to the formatting options. Formatting options are used with input and output functions, okay, to control how to read from the user or how to display the data on the screen. One of the formatting option in previous examples we have used is percentage point to f, means after decimal we need only 2, right? That is one what we have used, but there are many, right? So let us see what are these. So these formatting options are defined using format specifiers, flags, width, precision, and modifiers. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so what are the format specifiers? A format specifier tells the compiler what type of data is being input or output. Now first we will work with the printf statement, okay? So data type integer, %d or %i, floating point %f, double %lf. Yesterday somebody had already told that we can take this, lf for double. Yes, that is correct. Character, string, unsigned integer, octal, hexadecimal, or pointer. Okay, so first we will see for the basic types. Formatting output with printf. Control the appearance of numbers and strings using width, precision, and flags. So percentage, you're giving flags, or width, precision, length, specify. See, it is not required that you give all. Okay, when it is written in the syntax as something written in the square bracket means it is optional, right? Align output neatly into columns. Okay, now this is where your assignments are. You need to properly format the output, okay, into the columns. So for that also, okay, there is some syntax. We will see the examples. And then if you go to formatting input with scanf, you have got the input modifiers. Okay, like if you are using scanf percentage 10s, read string up to 9 character, 1 for slash 0. See, slash 0 is the null terminator, which is at the end of a string. Okay. Then percentage 3d reads up to 3 digits of an integer. See, we are writing only percentage d, right? Till now, we are using percentage d. Percentage capital A to Z reads only uppercase letter. Not 0 to 9. Read until a digit is encountered. So, not, this is a negate, caret operator. And if this is written in the bracket means this is not, okay. So, when the digit is encountered, input will not be taken. These are some of the examples of the input modifiers. Okay. Now let us do the exam. So I'm taking a new file. Okay. Let us save this file first. Okay. So I'm going to give this as format output. Okay. Any questions here? Okay. Attendance is shared. Shriyanshu, user one I have added only for getting the string. Okay, not for the character. Okay. So let us now write another program. If you are using get char, then only it is a character. Huh? See, if you are using a compiler which is not the same, okay, so you see, if you are using online, then int main and return 0 needs to be written. This is important. Okay, now I'm going to write this code. Okay. Filled with right aligned. Okay, now see here. You will understand the difference in the output. So printf percentage 5d slash n. Okay, comma. Let us give the output as 40 or anything you can give. Okay. So here width is 5, right? Width is 5. Number is right aligned in a field of 5 spaces. Okay. So likewise, I will be writing a lot of the code here to make you understand. This is left aligned. Okay, this will be left aligned. So you can write -5. Okay, with this 5, number is left aligned. Why? Because you have written -5d here. -5d. Okay. What is the next one? Let us have padding with zeros. Okay. What I'm doing, I'm actually working on this. Huh? So let me just copy this. Okay. Here I'm going to write 0. And 5. Okay. Floating point we already have done, but I will still write the floating point precision. Okay, so let us copy this. Point to F. Okay, and this will be only percentage F. Or sorry, LF I can write for double. LF is for double. Okay. Let us combine. So width plus precision I can combine. Okay, let me paste it here and let us make some changes in this. Okay. Percentage 8.3. And here also I will change this number. So 3.14. Let us give a pica value, right? Let us change the number here also because we are working with floats, right? Let us give some 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, some number I'm giving. Okay, this is important for you to understand. So this is width is equal to 8. 3 digits after decimal and right aligned. Okay, right aligned. You can combine. Okay, 8 is a width, 3 digits after decimal and right aligned because this is positive. Okay, then we have got printing signs. Let me copy this. Okay, let us change this now. I'll give 2 numbers here instead of having only 1 number because we need to print both, okay? Let us give 25 and this is minus 25. And here I want to change this, okay? Because 2 numbers are there. So percentage plus D space percentage plus D, okay? Printing signs. Then we have got the string width also, right? Okay, let me write one more in depth. So percentage 10s, okay, 10s. Because this is only one character I'm taking. Right align the string. It right aligns the string in a 10 character field. Okay. Okay. Right align the string in a 10 character field. Correct. So see here, these are some of the examples, right? Let us compile and see if there is any error. So this is GCC format output -o format output. Okay. See here. What we are getting here is, okay, this is right aligned, 5 spaces right aligned. Okay. Then this is actually left aligned. You can write some character here. Okay, if you want. Sorry, this is left aligned. Then we have got the zeros added. 1, 2, 3. Okay, zeros are added to complete the 5 width. Okay, because width is given as 5, but we have to place the 0 to complete that 5 width. Okay, then point to F. This already we have done. But if you are using LF, which is for double, Okay, then we are getting the entire pi value correctly. Okay, then this is 8. Okay, width is 8. But after decimal, we want 3. Okay, so 12.346, right? Total is 8. And this is the sign we want, okay, printing sign. So plus D. So we are getting plus 25. Okay, even though you are not giving this for minus 25, it will be minus 25. But even if you're giving this plus, you will be getting the sign minus 25. Okay, so here we are getting plus 25. And here percentage 10s. Okay, that means right align the string. Okay, here. So it is going to right align with that much. What this fix. Okay, so this is how the different formatting options can be given. Different formatting options can be given. Okay. Now let us finally work with one more. Okay, I'll just start off with a simple string, and then later we'll continue tomorrow. So I'm going to save this as format input. Okay. .c. So only one example, and then we will continue rest tomorrow. Okay. So this is std io.h main. Okay, so I'm taking this in. Okay, but this is for input now. This is not for output. So I'm just using scanf percentage 10. We have, because we have used this percentage 10s with the printf just now. I'm using the same with the scanf. Okay. Name reads only 10 characters. Okay, printf, so that we can understand both. Okay, printf and scanf with this. So I want to print name percentage s, and this is name. Okay, let us quickly compile this. So we have got format input. Okay. Let us ask the user, unless and until otherwise, how will come to know what is to be given, right? So enter the, always ask the user. Otherwise, only the cursor is going to be there and it is not understood what input needs to be given, right? So enter name. So let us give a name here, 10s. So I'll give my name. Okay. And if you give any other name, so let us say I will give any particular string. Use more than 10. Okay. It is going to take only 10 characters. See here. So this is how your printf and scanf works with the different format. Okay, but still the other modifiers are remaining. That also we will see complete tomorrow. Okay, and then we will continue with the next topic. Okay, is this much clear to everyone? Is this much clear to everyone? Are you all there? Yeah. The question, Shriyanshu, for which particular file your question is? but 1 is an integer, so how it got displayed as percentage S? In which file? Shriyanshu, if you are there, where we have mentioned the percentage, the first one, which the first one, basic IO. Tell me the file name. Okay, where character input output, na? So where I have given the integer? 1 is an integer. In which line number? I have not taken any integer here. All are string. Okay, once I'll share this. No, you don't have to learn, Stuti. Okay, we will see how to generate that using the function. Okay. Uh, Formatted string, we will continue tomorrow. Okay. Formatted strings, we will continue tomorrow. There is one question of get ch that is not present in the standard IO, that is present in a different header file. Okay, that we will be discussing again. Okay, tomorrow about the another header file in which that function is available. Okay, so today we are only discussing about the standard IO file. Okay, fine. Now, finally, 2 minutes are there. So this is the assignment day 3. Okay, which is only to print the formatted output. Okay, tomorrow I will show you how to print this type of the formatted output. So this also I will be sharing. Okay, and whatever course I have done today, okay, that also I will be sharing. Fine, and we will continue tomorrow with this more formatting options and how to properly provide the output in the column. Okay, format. Then you can work on the assignment. Fine. I am stopping the share. I hope this is clear to everyone. So tomorrow we'll continue on this topic and then we will go for the new topic. Okay. Amar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So we can stop the session. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
So dear participant, I hope everybody mark the attendance. If not, I'm resharing that. So please mark the attendance and share your valuable feedback about the session. Sir, can we leave the class now? Yeah, Stuti, you can leave. Where to download PDF from LMS? Hello, sir. How we can see our attendance record? You have to keep note of that from your end. How many sessions you attended? Okay. Great then. Uh, Soumya, you can watch the day one recording or today's recording from 7 to 7:10. You will get to know that. Those who don't know about the how to get the PDFs or what is the LMS. Because yesterday I said that we'll take LMS KT and we're done with the LMS KT. Maybe you joined late. That's why you are not part of that. So you can watch the recording from the YouTube. So you will get to know that. Okay. I hope rest of that all things are going good. You guys are enjoying the session. Okay, thank you so much, all of you. We'll see you tomorrow at